Hey team, what is going on? Coach Storm here on the move and making some good things happen. Hey, check it out. Today is going to be an awesome and amazing day because today is the first part of a 3-part video series we are going to be using on the Spartan Spear. All right, so today video number 1 is going to be how we're going to make a Spartan Spear at home. Video number 2 is going to be the technique that we're going to be using. So then that way it's going to give you the best possible chance of being able to hit your target. And video number 3 is going to be different drills that you can do at home that's going to give you the best possible chance. We're talking brain to body connection, get that hip movement, get that arm movement, get everything correct. Spartan Spear is literally the most failed obstacle of all the Spartan course, so we got to give you the best opportunity to be able to get it right. You're going to be getting a few different things. You want to try to get a 60-inch replacement rake, all right? Preferably one that has the metal tip. It may be in silver, it may be in black, all right? You also want to try to get it so that it's got a hole that's already pre-drilled into the end of this thing. All right, if you don't find that one, because some of the local hardware stores may not have that one, then you're going to go ahead and just get a regular 60-inch replacement rake on here, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with that. All right, you're also going to need, while you're at the hardware store, if you wind up getting the ones that have the tip on the ends, okay, then you're going to get either a 10 or a 12-inch nail spike. If you wind up getting the ones that don't have it, then you're going to get about a 4 or a 6-inch regular nail. It's going to be like this. You're also going to get some epoxy, all right? This epoxy from Gorilla Glue is basically, it's just clear epoxy and it's quick drying. Also, if you wind up getting this type right here of spear, of handle, then you also want to make sure that you have your drill and some drill bits because you're going to be doing some drilling in there. Also, if you have you're going to need to have either a hacksaw or a grinder because we're going to be taking the tip right off of these right here. Safety first above all things, okay? If you're going to get, when we're getting our hacksaw or our grinder, all right, to grind off the tips on these, make sure that you're wearing some safety goggles, okay? There's going to be, whether you, even if you're just using a hacksaw, those metal filings, those metal fillings, you don't want that stuff getting in your eye, all right? So I'll be right back. I'm going to go get these done up, cut the tips off of these, cut the ends off of these tips, and then we'll go from there. Got the tips cut off on my pieces right here. Now, next thing we're gonna do, if you wound up getting one of these that don't have the tips on them, that doesn't have the hole pre-drilled into them, you're gonna have to drill your hole next, all right? So, you're gonna grab your drill, all right? Make sure that your drill bit is even, okay? You've kind of measured this out to make sure that it's good to go, all right? And then you're gonna go and we're gonna be drilling down here into this portion right here. If you got a vise, put your spear into a vise. If you don't have a vise, you can actually take a chair, lay this on there, put your foot on the chair, and drill right down into the end of it. I've done that about 3 or 4 times. Got a hole that's drilled down into the bottom of this one right here. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to take your nail and just slide it down in there a couple inches, all right, about 1 inch or 2 right there. You're going to take your marker, take a pen that you got, take a marker, you're going to mark right here at the edge, all right, because then that's going to kind of tell you where you're going to put the epoxy, how far up you're going to go with the epoxy. And then the same thing with this one, all right, it's already got the pre-drilled hole in, so we're going to put this one down into the end right here. I'm going to get my marker, make the line on there. All right, and so now when I put my epoxy on this one, then it's going to tell me how far up I need to go with my epoxy. When you're working with the epoxy, you're going to want to do a couple things. Take the top off, and then also your epoxy right in the center for most of them is going to have like a little mixing stick, and then you're also going to use the container that you pulled it out of. You're going to use this to actually mix your epoxy in, all right? So you're going to pull the cap off, you're going to pull the epoxy down a little bit, the plunger down, all right? Get any kind of air out, then you're going to push that plunger up, Yeah, we're going live. We got it going live. So a little bit of stuff. You're gonna push that plunger up. So then that way it's up at the very top. And then you're gonna take and start putting the mixture down into your container. So we get the mixture. We get the mixture down in the container. Really good. Pull the plunger back some. All right. Then we're going to start to mix it up. Make sure you don't get this stuff on your fingers, guys. And then from there, you're going to start putting it and putting it on your nails. Once you mix this stuff, you're going to have about 5 minutes or so. So you want to get it on here, and you don't want to be shucking around and shucking and jiving and messing around with this stuff, because it'll dry on you and it's not inside of where it needs to be. All right, so put a good amount on there. All right, and then we're going to take, now I'm making multiple ones today because these are going into the gym. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong sized one. This is the right sized one. Oh, there we go. Awesome. That's going to sit right there. We'll actually add a little bit more to it. Pop that down in there. We'll let that one sit. So here we go. Spartan Spears are done. These things, it took them about 5 minutes or so to set. The packet says to have a good 24 hours to let it cure. But yeah, these jokers, they are not going anywhere. So video number 2, we're actually going to talk about the technique for throwing the Spartan Spears, getting them going. And then video number 3, like I said, we're going to be doing a small workout or some drills to kind of get that hip movement, that brain to body connection, so everything is lining up to increase your chances of hitting that spear throw.